Stay nice and tight over there in turn number 1. Johnson and Bowie. Bowie real loose down the backstretch. He'll hold up the whole outside line. Let Wallace come up into second. Bowie now makes his way to the low side. He'll hold on to that third position. Sean Johnson jumps out to an early lead. Johnson, Wallace, Bowie, Greenleaf, and Kurt, your top 5. Bowie now looking on the low side on Mike Wallace. Caution flag will come out. The acceleration line as they make their way out of turn number 4. There's your green flag. Johnson and Wallace side by side. Wallace settles back into that second position. Johnson out muscles him. Here comes Bowie in the 04 on the low side. David Greenleaf holding on to that 4th position. He'll settle back to 6th. Check that 7th as he settles back in the low side of the track. Johnson, Bowie, and Wallace. Here's your top 3 as they make their way to turn number 4. Dominic Kurt in the 5, now looking on the low side of Wallace. Wallace will stay out in front as they make their way out. We got a couple cars going around over there in turn number 4. Looks like the 05R of Gene Reynolds and the 26 of Colby Peacock. That will bring out your second caution here. Not sure what happened. Looks like both cars got a little loose. Maybe one spun. The other one slammed on the brakes to avoid any contact. This time we got Johnson and Bowie trying to battle it out for the drag race. Bowie maybe with a little bit more power in the 04 as they stay side by side. Bowie a little wide coming out of the corner as Johnson pulls away. In the 5 of Kurt, Dominic Kurt will move up into that 3rd position. Bowie will settle the 04 down as they make their way out of turn number 4 halfway. Mike Wallace in the 35 settles back for 6 as he now battles a little loose into turn number 3. Wallace is able to hold on to the 35, but he'll settle back for 7th. Just behind David Greenleaf in the 58. Your fastest lap time being held right now by your race leader, Sean Johnson in the 9. Johnson running a 16.369. 2 to go. Johnson out-muscles the 04 as they make their way down the backstretch. He's got about a 4-car advantage coming out of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Checkered flag is in the air. Sean Johnson will take the heat win. Zach Bowie 2nd, Dominic Kurt 3rd, Devin Kurt 4th, and Colby Peacock in the 26 will round out your top 5 of heat number 1. Out of turn number 4, pace car will go to the infield. There's your green flag. Merrill jumps out to the lead. Bobby Meismer tries to get down on the low side. And Michael Harrison will bring the 85 up to 2nd place. Meismer trying to get down. Is no room to go as the 23 of Mike Hodgkins gets it up in there. Now Kenny Harrison in the 85H will make his way up in the low side. Matt Beers and Bobby Meismer get freight trained all the way to the back. Meismer still up on the high side as James Osmond tries to complete the pass out of turn number 4. PJ Merrill with a healthy lead over second place Michael Harrison. Merrill with about a 4-car advantage as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes the 23X of Mike Hodgkins now looking for some racing room. Kenny Harrison in the 85H holds on to that 4th position as they have the halfway marker this time around. Hodgkin looking for some racing room on the low side as Michael Harrison keeps it covered. Now Hodgkins will look on the high side. Matt Beers in the 11X makes his way up on the high side over last week's winner, James Osmond. Merrill will jump out to almost a full straightaway advantage over second and third place as he makes his way out of turn number 4. Matt Beers in a hard charge to the front is now he's looking at the outside of the 23S of Hodgkins. Hodgkins currently running 3rd. 2 to go this time around for PJ Merrill. Matt Beers side by side. He stretches it out down the backstretch. Almost passes. I think he's going to get it done. 2 cars down the backstretch as they make their way out of turn number 4. Matt Beers goes from 3rd to 2nd. Here comes James Osmond. The 85 of Kenny Harrison will roll down pit lane. White flag is in the air. PJ Merrill will coast to an easy heat win. Matt Beers, just as I suspected, Matt Beers got something right with that car as it made its way on the outside all the way up through, holding the fastest lap time of this heat with a 16.314. Beers will hold on to that 2nd place. Michael Harrison 3rd, Osmond 4th, and Mike Hodgkins will settle for 5th. Sean Johnson and Bowie, you saw him battle it out in the heat. Let's see what happens in the feature. There's your green flag. Johnson with the muscle down the backstretch. Bowie will settle down in. Oh, we got Wallace and Hodgkins around on the backstretch. No laps completed yet as they didn't cross the line before the yellow flag. Sean Johnson and Zach Bowie, let's try it one more time. A great start. Bowie stays right up beside him as they make their way down the backstretch. Bunched up and ready to go. Into turn number 3, Bowie with a little bit of an advantage. Sean Johnson with a fender as he comes out of turn number 4. Bowie goes a little wide. He allows the number 5, Dominic Kurt, to take over that 2nd position. Dominic Kurt, your official 2nd place runner. Zach Bowie will settle back for 3rd. Devin Kurt in the 44 for 4th. Colby Peacock in the 26 5th. Your heat winner up on the high side. That's the 00 of PJ Merrill. James Osmond in the 05. And Mike Hodgkins looking for some racing room. And the 04, Bowie, out of turn number 4. It looks like he was racing and he decides to call it a day as he rolls down pit lane. Matt Beers in the 11, making his way up in the 2nd groove out of turn number 2. Beers currently holding on to that 5th position. Your top 3, Sean Johnson, Dominic Kurt, and Devin Kurt way out in front. Matt Beers holds on to that 4th position. Matt with almost a straightaway to make up for as he makes his way down the backstretch to try to take over that third position. Sean Johnson, your race leader, still holding the current fastest lap time with a 16.430. Matt Beers starting to pull in on the number 44 of Devin Kurt. And the 55 of Derek Barker off the pace as he makes his way around the track. Matt Beers closing the gap as he makes his way up on the bumper of Kurt in the 44. Mike Hodgkins and James Osmond trying to catch up with the rest of the field. As your race leader with a half a track advantage. The 9 of Sean Johnson coming into some lap traffic as he makes his way to turn number 4. That's the 05R of Glenn Reynolds. Osmond and Hodgkins side by side as they make their way down the backstretch. Halfway this time for Sean Johnson. Beers completes the pass on the 44, put him third on the grid. Matt Beers started towards the tail end of that race. At the beginning of this race with a caution lap. He got put towards the back and now made his way back up to third. That car is a rocket. James Osmond now up to 5th in the 05. Mike Hodgkins in the 23X 6th. Yellow flag coming out as we got a couple cars over there in turn number 3 again. Johnson still on the point. Dominic Kurt on the outside. There's your green flag. Throw a blanket over him down the backstretch. Actually, Sean Johnson with a little bit more muscle into turn number 3. He's going to bring Matt Beers up with him in the 11B. Put Beers second on the score sheet that time around as he's now chasing down your race leader. It looks like James Osmond got the 05 up there as well. Osmond will be third place this time around. Dominic Kurt shuffled back to 4th on the outside. Matt Beers brings James Osmond. Sean Johnson still your race leader. Beers looking on the low side. Johnson slams the door as they make their way down the backstretch. 10 to go this time around for Sean Johnson. Matt Beers with a good run out of turn number 4. He's right up on the bumper of the 9 car. Mike Hodgkins in the 23X and Michael Harrison in the 85 round out your top 5. Beers swings out wide. He brings James Osmond on the low side. They're going to make a run on Sean Johnson coming into turn number 3. Oh, we got a spin to the infield. I believe that's the 23X. of Mike Hodgkins. Pace car pulls in, ready to go out of turn number 4. There's your green flag. Johnson, Beers, and Osman. They stay close together. Harrison not too far behind as they make their way out of turn number 4. Johnson real loose. He brings Osman up. Matt Beers settles back to 3rd. James Osman driving the wheels off the 05 car. Now Matt Beers gathers the 11 back up, and they make their way out of turn number 4. Beers finding the long way around the track as they make their way into turn number 3. He evens it up with Osman into turn number 4. Sean still showing the way. Sean Johnson still holding the fastest lap time with a 16.430. I'm sure he's looking in that mirror saying he's got to get his car across the line. Osman completes the pass. Beers settles back for 3rd. Beers not going to give up as he keeps going on the high side to try to make a run on Osman. Matt Beers way out on the high side. Beers will reload into turn number 3 on the outside of Osman. Osman looks low. Sean Johnson opens the door and then slams it into turn number 1. 2 laps to go this time around for Sean Johnson. Osman now looks low. Johnson still holds away. Matt Beers going to try to set up a pass on the high side. Osman up on the bumper of Johnson. Osman with a pretty difficult decision. Does he try to make a pass on the 9 car and have Matt Beers take his low side? Or does he hang back and wait for Sean Johnson to try to make a move? Osman up on the bumper of the 9 car. Checkered flag in the air, ready to come out of turn number 4. Sean Johnson will take your feature win. James Osman 2nd. Matt Beers will round out your top 3. Michael Harrison and Devin Kurt, your top 5. What a great super street race.
We are ready to send it trackside once again with Corey Creamer.
All right, I'm going to stand back as this guy gets out of the car. There's lots of heat coming off this thing. He drove the wheels off this thing, and I think he just ran out of tire towards the end. He was trying the whole time. He got up front after having to start in the back. Let's hear from number 11 of Matt Beers. Matt, man, I think you have the most mileage around this track today, and on the high side, the 2nd groove. That's not an easy thing to do.
No, in the heat race, I got shuffled to the back and had nowhere to go, and told myself after a couple weeks ago I was going to do it all on the outside, and it seemed to work.
Well, you got a good motor in this thing, right?
It's pretty ancient. I think you used to own this, didn't you?
I did. It's so cool to see you do well with this thing, man. Congratulations. Who do you want to thank today?
I got to thank Rustic Retreat, Chapman Auto, all my crew, Red Line, JT Race Cars, pretty much everybody that's helped me. It definitely shows.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you. Good job today. Taking 3rd place, Matt Beers. And we'll move up here to 2nd place, James. I might have said something earlier, like I don't know what the 05 car is going to do, and then out of like nowhere, you're shot out like a rifle here. Good job, man.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't know. We didn't hit it right off the bat today. By 2nd practice, we were close, and we just went with what we had.
I know you guys were talking about sway bar adjustments, and you needed some more, and it seemed like the car went better the longer it ran.
Right, and that's typically what this car does, but I mean, first practice, it started out horrible, and I said, if we start horrible, I don't know if getting better is going to be enough.
So you're going to have to talk to the car builder on this one.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout since it's me, and I'll see what I can do with that.
Well, James, good job, man. I didn't think I was going to see you up here. I'm glad to see you. Who do you want to thank?
I got to thank the wards, Mark Sr., Jr., Steve, Peter is always at the shop with us, his son, Justin. I have a ton of people down there today that helped. Who else I got? Hold on. Laid Back Lumber, Wicked Cornhole Boards, Pro Concrete, That was a fun race, and then when you've done as long as I have and you can say you've had fun, it was a good night. I wanted to rattle Sean a little bit more, but he had it covered, so.
Yes, all right, thank you, James. Congratulations on second place. All right, he's going to pose for his photo right now, but let's give him a big round of applause. Sean Johnson, wire to wire on this one. And normally we see him in a black car. He changed it up this year with a white car, and I think it's going to stick around for a little while. Sean, smile. There it is. I am smiling. All right. Hey, good job, man. You had a lot of people trying to take your position, and you held on. Good job.
Yeah, I didn't know how we were going to make out there on the last couple of restarts, but the car was good. I held the bottom. I wasn't giving it up for nothing, but I appreciate Matt and James and the 5 car, racing me clean. They could have probably got to me and moved me if they wanted to, but that's not what I'm about, and that's not what those guys are about.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the divisions I love to watch myself and see you guys. It's a wheelman class, and you guys do a heck of a job. Who do you want to thank for today's win?
Well, I got to start off and thank Joel Tozier, JT Race Cars. He's pretty much become a part of the family. He built this car last summer for me. We worked on it all summer and the fall, and he built a really nice piece. I've got to we'll start off Stevens Forest Products, my father-in-law. He's over there supporting me, big supporter of what I do. I've got Ken Rigo Racing. They help me out. Chandler Motorsports, Rob Chandler, Mark Lucas, Ken Farley. I've got Knox Yard Maintenance. They support me a ton. KMD Motorcycle School, Perks Auto Repair, Tire Queen, and I think that's it. I got to thank my crew chief, Zach Lovely. He puts a lot of time in this car, so I got to thank him, my wife, Barry, Guy, Steve, Rob, all of them. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry.
I don't think there's anybody left, but good job. Let's give him a big round of applause. Your top 3, Matt Beers, James Osmond, Sean Johnson is your feature winner.